All right, it's time for another episode of the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. I'm your host, Eric Lane. Thanks for joining me. We will talk about what we always talk about, a little bit of motivation, things that make you want to move, grow, become a better human being, to make you be better with your surroundings and everyone, everything. So, a myriad of ways to do that, and they're all important. We've talked about a ton of stuff in the past, and the idea is to be able to put all of these things into play, because if I do a podcast on every single thing, there's going to be a lot that gets lost, that doesn't soak in, you don't get to comprehend. But I do want to talk to you about your motivation, your desire, because it is different from your want. I want to be rich. I need food and shelter. I want a new Lamborghini. I just need a car. You see, wants and needs are different. So once you define what you need, then you can start working on what you want. And then you have to find out, is it truly beneficial for you? Is it the best thing for you? If you're going in debt for that Lamborghini, that's probably not a smart move. But if you can pay cash and you don't bat an eye at it, if you're worth $5 billion, you buy all the Lamborghinis you want. It won't make a difference. But I'm talking to you about being realistic in your expectations and being realistic in your goals and how you define those goals and how you define who you are and your wants and needs. And we want to talk a little bit about your killer instinct, about that instinct that is so primal. It goes back to the early development of man, that we have to survive. We have to do what it takes to survive. If not, you're not going to survive. And unfortunately, we live in a society now where there's a lot of people that feel like it's okay not to survive, but just get by. And maybe they're okay with having handouts and, whatever type of supplement. It's easier. I was talking to a guy, owns a business, very successful, and he sat in on an interview that one of his territory managers had for a position that was open, a position that pays, decent. And this guy had been out of work for quite a while, and he comes into the interview and he wants to know, what exactly can I expect to make here? And after, they gave him, the numbers, he said, I don't think I can take this position. I would be taking a pay cut. And the guy looks at him and says, a pay cut? You don't work. Your resume says you've been out of work for a year. Yeah, but, I'm drawing more than that from, government. I mean, I make more to sit around the house than to take your job. To take your job would mean I have to be somewhere, I have to be committed to it, I have to spend my time there, and I'll make less money. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a problem. That is a big problem. And, and some of you may be going, well, hey, if the guy's going to take a pay cut and it has to be at work, then I don't blame him. Well, I kind of do. This guy has no goal, no vision. This guy should be a guy that says, okay, instead of, what's my immediate gratification? What kind of paycheck can I expect to have next week? It should be, what type of advancement opportunities can you give me? Obviously, there's a shortage of workers right now. So, if the fit is a good fit, I like the job, you like me, is there a reasonable time frame I could expect to move up? See, that's the question, is How can I better your company with my skills and ability? And how can I increase my pay, not just next week? How can I increase my pay for the long haul? Because I don't know. These programs and handouts, do they last forever? I don't know. I don't have that answer. I hope not, because I really feel like that what we're talking about here is motivation. There's no motivation for people to get off their duff and go to work, to strive for something, to try to have something, to build something. There's a certain amount of pride that comes with achievement. There's a certain amount of pride that comes with knowing that you did something and it was because of you that something got better. The situation, the job, the challenges, and you got compensated for it. Nobody has any pride. Well, I should say that. You and I have pride. We know what we're doing. I'm giving you an example of why motivation matters. Motivation matters because that's what puts us on our path, keeps us on our path, moves us forward, propels us in such a way that we don't want to look back. We don't want to go, hey, let me get on that gravy train of free stuff, food assistance, income assistance, child care assistance. Let me get on that train, because I would love to sit home and watch reruns of the Golden Girls all day. That's not my life. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let me matter. And let me matter to other people. Let me go to work. Let me go to my career. And let me make a difference in other people's lives. Maybe it's small. Maybe it's huge. But if we strive to make a difference in other people's lives, we'll definitely make a difference in our own lives. We'll definitely feel motivated to continue. And if we can lead by example and say, this is what we need to do to be better, to be a better human being, and other people see it, they understand it, they feel it. Maybe you're mentoring people to show them that they can be a better human being. Maybe you're mentoring someone with all of the attributes and skills and experience that you have. That would be awesome if you are. But at the very least, if you're just leading by example and somebody sits back and goes, man, that guy, he does a great job. I love his energy. I love being around him. I love just the charisma, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Be the person that people want to be around. Be the person that people want to learn from. Be the person that you want to be, that you set out to be. Be the person that truly makes a difference in not just your life. It's worth it. It's worth every minute of it. The killer instinct, that primal need to survive goes beyond that primal need to survive. The killer instinct says, I'm going to win. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to figure out a way. Because it's if you do what you're supposed to do and you keep at it, it doesn't seem nearly as daunting. It doesn't seem like such an uphill battle when you're doing the things that you need to be doing, day in, day out. If you're not writing stuff down, your thoughts, your activities, your goals, the things that you want to achieve, you should be doing that. You must, because it allows you mentally to align yourself with the things in the universe that you want to attract. The universe doesn't know what to give you and what to bring into your world if you're not letting the universe know. And once you start letting the universe know what to bring into your life, you're going to notice a thing called synchronicity. Go back a few podcasts and listen to Synchronicity. And it may be about a year ago. But anyway, synchronicity, when you start seeing things that you put your attention on, And you can almost laugh at it when it happens and go, I was really drawing my focus on this particular situation. Maybe it's the car that you want, the upgrade. Maybe, whatever, you want to buy a ring for your wife and surprise her. And whatever the case may be, if you bring focus to it, you're going to start seeing synchronicity. Those are the things that you should not be ashamed of. You should be proud of, because your mental capabilities are bringing things into view. They're bringing things into focus. And if you stay focused on your wants, needs, and desires, your goals, everything that you write out, I was going to say it, pencil and paper, pencil out, write your list. Once you write everything out, you create your wants and desires, you create the flow from the universe, and the universe sees what your intentions are, and it starts going to work to bring those things into your life. The positive changes. Quit dwelling on negatives. You dwell on negatives and the universe is going to give you that negative. And then you're going to sit back and go, why does it always happen to me? It's because you dwelled on it. It's because you brought it into focus. Face up to your fears. Face up to the challenges. Face up to your opportunities. All right. Message received? I hope so. Let somebody know that could enjoy the podcast, get something out of it, share it. I'm on all the platforms. Obviously, you know what it is if you're listening to it. Share it, let them know. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to have another session next week. But for now, I'm gonna call it an episode.